Hi everyone. All right, so today we are going to be working with tertiary colors, which is, you see right here, I have my color wheel. So I have my red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Tertiaries are going to be the color that's between all of these. Believe it or not, there's actually space for another range of colors. And some names you might know are red orange, yellow green, blue green, and all those. They're kind of like a combination of the two. So the way we're going to do this, I'm going to show you and mix them on the page here. So I'm going to start off with my reds, and I'm actually going to just put red on there, and we're going to move into how it's going to combine into them. So on here we can either do red orange or red violet. So I'm going to pull these two together like this and mix it. On the page, and then we're going to move on to our red violet. Almost said red velvet. It's not red velvet. I wish it was. That'd be a very good cake right now. Do a red violet. Right there, and you can see they're kind of ranging together. And if anything, it makes that color wheel like one continuous circle. So then moving forward, next up we have blue. And I'm starting all the primaries, or what everything is based off of. So what I'll even do to help explain that a little bit more, we have a red, blue, and then last I'm going to put yellow down there. The primaries are and always will be almost like the basis of everything. All these other colors could not exist if it weren't for red, yellow, and blue. There's yellow down there. You can see that. And then it kind of ranges outwards. So now that I have yellow on my brush, we're just going to move on with that. Do some yellow orange right here. Always are going to need a little bit more yellow. Yellow is not the most opaque. Yellow orange. I have to clean my brush every time, or then the colors will not be true. And then we have yellow, green. I really only need about a touch of green. Or then it's like that yellow wasn't even in there. Yeah, and then I just have the blues left. So back onto my color palette. We can see in here, we have our blue. So I'm gonna scoot that forward, snag some green. Mix them together, and we have one color left, and that is going to be blue violet. Now, one thing you might notice while I'm talking, whenever you're referring to these tertiary colors, you have to call them by the primary color first. Mix this right here. Make it this really cool blue violet color. Just like that. We have a full color wheel. You can even see it kind of goes back together. Hi everyone. So we are going to be creating our next project in our sketchbook. This week I was really inspired by the dot. It's International Dot Day on this Tuesday, September 15th. And when I was going through this book, I was noticing the way that Vashti was painting the pages with her dots. And I thought that they were just so beautiful, and it was very interesting how they filled the page with these dots and had so many different colors. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make some dots with tertiary colors. So we're going to turn to the next clean page in your sketchbook, and you can turn it however you would like. I prefer working landscape for this project. And then you are going to need these 6 colors for your crayons. You're going to need crayons today, so don't use colored pencils or markers. It will not work the same. So to start, you're going to grab your red crayon, and you're going to put a red circle on your page, and then lightly color that in. I recommend when you color in the circle, you go in a swirl pattern like this. It fills the space a little bit more effectively and you spend less time. Plus, if you end up going out like that, you can just fix it easily by going over like that. And then I need you to get your yellow crayon. Do the same thing. Just put another decent sized circle on your page, swirling to fill it in. You do not need to do this perfectly because we're gonna add some other things to it as well. Just make sure you're going light. And last, your other primary color, blue. Put that on the page. So what we're gonna do, we need to get our tertiary colors. So as you remember before in the other video, for red, we have red orange and red violet. So I'm gonna start with red orange. You're gonna grab your orange crayon and you're going to put a ring like this. We're not gonna color the inside, we're actually gonna color around it. I want to keep that center red because we're gonna reinforce it a little bit. And just swirl that orange crayon on your page. You'll start to notice that the waxes, they begin to kind of melt together a little bit because it's actually melting just a little bit when you rub it on the page. I'm gonna go back over with more red and just really bring out that red orange color. And then I'm actually gonna press a little bit harder in that center as well because I really want my red to pop. The goal here is we're gonna have 3 layers on each of these circles, and I wanna be able to fully see what all 3 of those colors are. So you might have to be going back and forth a little bit, but we wanna start off light and then add more color. It's really hard to get back after that. So the last tertiary we have is purple. So I'm going to lightly add my violet, it's actually violet, on top of the red. Go back in with more red. Just like that. Be careful not to do what I just did right there because it really doesn't help the craftsmanship, but look how easy that is to fix. I might just have to spend a little bit more time, but that is a sacrifice you make. And you have your first tertiary set. Let's reinforce it just a little bit. And next we have yellow. So for yellow, keeping the center yellow, I might just go ahead already, add a little bit more yellow to the center. And then we have yellow orange is our next color. So I'm gonna grab my orange and I'm gonna tell you now, the yellow is not the best crayon to mix colors with, so you just have to be very patient when you do this. And like I said before, work lightly. I am really not pressing hard on my page at all while I'm doing this. I'm gonna go back in with more yellow. And we're just gonna keep working into this until you are happy with the color that you have created. And then lastly, yellow green. One thing that's really helping me with this process is I'm actually using the end of my crayon because it's nice and flat. So when I run it on my page, I have this very smooth, even coverage. Lastly, we have blue. So once again, I'm gonna reinforce my center. Our next color, blue-green. And last, blue-violet. There you have it. So I'm gonna give you the option. You can either leave this as is. I think this is actually a very beautiful page. Or if you'd like, you can add more details using the rest of your crayon. All right, and there you have it, your finished dot page with your tertiary colors all in circles, and then if you chose to put your secondary colors as well, and hints of your primaries. I also wanted to show everyone there are other artists that also create art with dots. This is an art piece by Wasily Kandinsky. So this is actually a painting that he created, and it's in grids, as you can see. Each one has a different circle with rings of color. And this is a very famous painting, but it just shows you that even a dot, your one mark, can change the world and make a wonderful art piece. All right, I hope you have fun. I can't wait to see what you create.